doing? I'm Bobby Uhrig from MegaStrike. Today I'm out here with my buddy Troy Wojo. We're going to go out here and show you how to catch some springtime bass. It's one of the best times to go fishing because the bass are moving up. It's still cold. It's only about 45 degrees here. Water temp's about 45 degrees. And what we want to do is we want to show you how to fish riprap. Riprap is a great way to find early springtime bass. What happens is the sun hits the riprap. It's a conductor. It's the earliest, best time to catch the fish because the rocks warm up the fastest and they're a conductor of heat. And what that does is it warms the water near the rocks. The plankton starts blooming a little bit earlier. The bait fish come to eat on the plankton and the bass come to feed on the bait fish. They're getting ready to come up to pre-spawn. They want to fatten up before the spawn. And let me tell you, we're going to go out there, we're going to try to put a hurting on them today. What we're going to try to do today, mimic the bait fish. We're going to try it with the new strike back spinnerbait. The new strike back spinnerbait is unlike any other spinnerbait on the market. It has a hinged body so that when the bass hits that bait from the side, it only takes half the energy to pull the business end into the fish's mouth. And when the fish jump, they don't have all that leverage like a solid body spinnerbait to throw that bait. Only the back end moves.
It's not getting off.
That fish is not, you're not going to lose many fish on them. So, Troy, anything to add to that? Let's go catch the fish, bro.
Let's go.
All right. All right, how I start to catch fish and fish riprap, okay, is I get on a corner. And what we'll do is if you can look down this line, we're going to dissect this riprap. We're going to go from the shallowest point and work our way in segments, paralleling different strike zones. We're going to try to find out where the fish are. If they're real shallow, a foot, 2 foot of water, 4 foot of water, 5 foot of water, down into the 10 foot, 15 foot range. So what we got to do is locate them. Once we know what depth range they're using, then we're going to slow down, use some soft plastics, and we're going to try to fish for more fish. In the springtime, if you think that you're reeling real slow, you're reeling too fast. So when you got to slow down, let the bait sink towards the bottom. There's one there. That feels like a better fish. And in the springtime, these spinner baits are what the fish are keying in on, are the bait fish. So if you slow roll that spinner bait along the riprap, he'll just come up. There he is. That seems like a pretty decent fish. Head up. See him in that riprap there? Ah, that's a springtime spinnerbait fish on the riprap. And what they're doing, they're just chasing that bait fish. And that new strike back spinnerbait, that's our ghost minnow. That's our shad color. You can't beat that color. That's a good fish right there, man. Healthy, no marks on them. That's a giant. Oh, there's another fish right there. Now what we're doing is we're paralleling these rocks right here. Oh my goodness, that's another good one. That's another fish right there. Get a good shot of it. What they're doing is they're up on these rocks and they're keying in on these bait fish. Let's see if we can get it. One thing that I want to show you on this, can you see how this strike back spinnerbait goes in, swings around, and like I don't know how it's doing. It's just the swivel. And it re-hooks them. Let's get that out of his face here. It comes in, out, and then re-hooks them. And let me tell you, the hookup ratio on these strike backs are absolutely amazing. And that right there, that's a good springtime fish. Strike back spinnerbait, can't beat it. All right, so now when we caught a couple of fish on the riprap walls, okay, what we're gonna do now is we know the fish are here. We're gonna slow down and fish for them because they're usually schooled up pretty well. They're in the same type of areas like on this riprap. So what we're gonna do slowing down and catching fish in the spring. So what you do is I need you to show the spring, which is the keeper on this new shaky head. Sit right in that little pouch right there, that little slot. And it's still weedless, but all that fish has to do is touch it a little bit, and that hook is going to get them. Now, the other secret that we have to use, okay, all of my plastics, without a doubt, this new amino acid based fish attractant, MegaStrike, you take a little dab, oh boy, nothing like the smell of MegaStrike in the morning. Take a little dab, that much, put it on your fingertip. What you do is you rub it all over that bait, coat it. And the amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, and that's what the fish are going to smell, and that's what they're going to taste. And when they grab onto these baits, they're going to eat them. Along the bottom. There's one there. Like I said, that bug, the red shad, springtime, killer. Oh, that looks like a much better. That's a good one. That's a fatty right there. As you can see, it was hooked right through the mouth, and they're eating crayfish right now. And what they're doing is they're focusing in, and that red shad megabug is a killer. Now that's a fat, healthy fish right there, not a mark on him. Catch him, let him go. Let your kids catch.
Could be out here with any other lure company, but you know, Bobby's a great guy, and I'm probably as happy as I could be with him and MegaStrike. You know, my family has been fans of MegaStrike, been using Cavitrons. I grew up using Cavitrons. My dad pretty much taught me how to use a buzzbait as a really, really young age. Using a Cavitron, probably, I don't even know how young I was. How long have Cavitron's been around now?
Cavitron's been around for over 22 years right now. And Cavitron is the most well-known buzzbait in the world. Let me tell you, once that water warms up and it's buzzbait time, when they start chasing those bait fish, let me tell you, man, top water fishing is my most exciting way of fishing. It's awesome.
You know, it's really cool to grow up on that and, you know, have my dad pass that on to me. And you know, my grandfather passed away about 12 years ago, and my grandmother told me and my cousins, she said, go downstairs when she was moving out of her house and, you know, go look through his stuff, whatever you want, go through his tackle box, anything you want, and opened it up, and right there, laying right on top, was the Cavitron buzzbait. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, Papa fished Cavitron too, and it's, you know, it's neat growing up on that, and here I am with the guy who started all that.
So one of the things about fishing lures, you know, there's a lot of gimmicks that come and go over the years. I've seen them, I've used them, and the lures that MegaStrike Incorporated makes, those are functional lures, and they're going to be around a long time. You know, we talked about the Cavitron having longevity. The new strike back spinnerbait that we designed, let me tell you, there's no better spinnerbait in the world. The new Shaky 2 heads, it is the best shaky head made. Our new plastics are all infused with MegaStrike fish attractant. MegaStrike has been around for about 10 years now. The amino acid based fish attractant, we are selling more of that all over the world than we've done, you know, in the last 8 or 9 years. Every year our lures become more and more popular, and the reason, they catch fish, they're not gimmicks. So, you know, we design lures that, you know, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids can come out and fish with their dads or their grandfathers or even their mothers. You know, but what we're doing is we're designing lures that catch fish. You design the lures that catch fish, and the fishermen are going to come and they're going to use them. So go out, check out our websites at www.megastrike.com. Take a look at the videos we do. If it doesn't make sense to you, click it, go to another website, but watch and learn. And that's what we do. You know, we're fishermen just like you guys. You know, I grew up fishing with my dad. My dad is the guy that, you know, that inspired me to go fishing, because, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, and the fishing was a sport that anybody could do, you know, and it doesn't take a lot of money. You go out there, you spend quality time with your family, and it doesn't get any better than that. We come out with Troy, we come out, we have a good time. Time on the water, quality time. You know, it's what it's all about.
You see the stuff that's kind of Cavitron, you know, the innovation and the time it took to really put a great bait together. You see that not only reflected in the Cavitron, but you see it reflected in all of MegaStrike's baits. The strike back, the shaky head, the jigs. You know, they take a lot of time to make sure. Bobby takes a lot of time to make sure that he gets it perfect. You can just tell by fishing it, by looking at it and seeing the way, you know, it moves and the quality over all other lures. It's just,
you know, one thing I want to stress also is our lures are all made here in the U.S. You know, our integrity is everything. We do our business with a handshake. You know, no offense, but we're not corporate America. Like I said, we're guys just like you. We love fishing. I found a job that I was lucky enough to, you know, to have as a career now. I love fishing. My mom told me since I was a little boy, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. This is what I do for a living. I hope you find it.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. So let's go out. I'm gonna catch some more fish. So what we talked about, parallel on these rocks. That fish, there is no way that fish will ever come off. Absolutely amazing that fish ate that. That bait comes in and wraps around again. That is one solid fish there. He just ate it. Look at that fish. That fish right there, that's a fatty, man. Let me tell you. That is one good fish, and he just absolutely crushed. Strike back spinnerbait. Almost. There he goes. We'll catch him another day. Let me tell you, fishing riprap is really important in the springtime because the sun is beating on these rocks. It's the warmest water probably in the lake, and the wind's blowing on them. The plankton is growing. The bait fish are coming up. Bass are after the bait fish. So let me tell you, you go out there, grab yourself a couple of strike back spinnerbaits, www.megastrike.com. Go out there, parallel these riprap walls, and you're going to catch some killer fish. Have a great day. See you next time on the water. Me, my co-host here, Troy Wojo. Have a great day on the water, guys. See you later.
Boy, did Bobby kick my butt today on that water. I didn't catch any, I lost a few, but I sure had a good time. Be sure to check out the website and look at some of the baits we used today. I guarantee you're going to love these lures, and they're going to catch you some real nice fish.